This is episode number 503 of the Health and Fitness Podcast by InnerFight, brought to you in association with Smith Street Paleo. If you're not eating Smith Street Paleo food, if you're not on a meal plan, you need to be. Hop over to smithstreetpaleo.com and check out all the goodness that you can get involved in. Welcome back, folks. Another week has flown by, and we're back with the weekly update show every Sunday to talk about exactly what's going on in the world of fitness. Either or, you choose, but it is a huge weekend, huge week. No, I'm not talking about the England-Wales game that happened last night. I'm talking about the start of the 2019 CrossFit Open. It is the start of the qualification to the CrossFit Games, which is absolutely huge globally. I think we're up to almost 400,000 people taking part this year. Massive numbers, people doing the workout all over the world. It was released on Thursday evening in the US, Friday morning, Dubai time, and you have until Monday to do the workout, and we're going to see the same for the next 5 weeks. I want to jump straight into it. This week's workout probably took a few people by surprise. I've heard different comments. It was boring, not very interesting. Why is there only 2 exercises? Guys, this is an absolutely awesome way to kick off the 2019 Open. 15-minute AMRAP, starting with 19 wall balls, straight into a 19-calorie row. Yes, only 2 exercises. Old school CrossFit couplet. As basic as it comes. I was briefing the workout in a fight. Did it on Saturday morning, 10 a.m., and literally the briefing took about 30 seconds. I explained the workout as I've just done, and then I said, wall balls, drop below parallel for your squat, ball hits the target. Any questions? Done. It is such a simple movement. No gray area. If you're not below parallel, no rep. If it doesn't hit that target, no rep. And then you hop on the rowing machine and you row until 19 calories have elapsed. And you just keep going for 15 minutes. It is so straightforward. And I love it because it's straightforward. It's all inclusive. Anyone can do it. The scaled version is there as well. Still, people can row. Anyone that's involved in CrossFit can row. And it's absolutely awesome for absolutely everybody. So I think a fantastic workout to kick off the 2019 CrossFit Open. 19.1 is an absolutely awesome workout. Those that are saying it's boring, it's this, it's that, they're boring, they're this, they're that. This is a great workout. 15 minutes as well. Let's talk about that time frame. Literally from the first set of wall balls, or maybe into the first row, your heart rate is going to be through the roof. That's what it was. If you're listening to the show and you've done the workout, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That first round is brutal. Everyone went too fast. Then they get to the second round and they can't recover the heart rate. And that's what makes it such a good workout, because there's still another 13 minutes to suffer through. And that's what you have to do if you're going to do a really good score or a good number of rounds for this. We've seen it. Sam Briggs did an incredible amount of reps. We've also seen it from we saw it from Cam Nickel. Rowing Wad did over 10 rounds. There's some massive scores at the time of recording this. Obviously, we don't have all of the final scores, but it's an awesome workout and basically comes down to who can be in the red zone for the longest time. What would have happened for a lot of people is they've got through the first couple of rounds without too much of a problem. Heart rate's at absolute max. And then they realize, as I said, they've probably got about 13, 11 minutes to go. And they've still got to keep doing work. They've got to keep doing the wall balls. So what we saw, people putting the ball down. What we saw, people's calories dropping on the rower, taking them a longer time. The transitions between the exercises also taking a lot longer. That's what happens when the fatigue kicks in. But of course, if you're an ultimately conditioned athlete or one of the top and you're putting up the top scores, you don't get tired because you can buffer and you can keep going. I think it was an absolutely brilliant workout to kick off the season. Other things that happened last week within CrossFit, we received quite an interesting mail from CrossFit. Again, not written exactly by them, but from Morning Chalk Up, which spoke about the fact that CrossFit have, as we've spoken about before on the show, got rid of a lot of their media team. they're not going to own any of the media for the 2019 CrossFit Games. I did the judges course the other day, and I saw a slight drop in the quality of the media used in that judges course. And we also saw the same in the Open announcement. Previously, we've had Open announcements, lots of people there, lots of media created about it. The Open announcements this year, or the first one that we saw for 19.1, was not a patch on it. What Greg Glassman says is that in that, there's an opportunity. There's an opportunity for a media company to come in and to take over. This guy's super smart. He's cutting all of his costs. And I'm not sure if a big media company are going to come in and take the CrossFit Games, because CrossFit did it before and put it on ESPN, and the actual viewing figures, I think, were not as great as they thought they might be. So I'm not sure who's going to put their hand up to roll out a load of media and invest all of that to cover the CrossFit Games in 2019 at the risk that it doesn't really fly. Again, it's going to be a super interesting season for everyone, no more than for CrossFit themselves. But I think, as we spoke about before, we got a unique opportunity. On Boz's show, we spoke about her chance of making the CrossFit Games because she might potentially be the fittest from Belgium, representing her country, Belgium. So we're going to get new people to the Games. We're also going to get a lot more people to the Games. So I think it's an absolutely awesome season that we've got ahead of us. And now that most of these changes have happened, speculation's over, we're into the CrossFit Games season. I think it's a time for people to sit back, relax, and really enjoy it. The Open at InnerFight on Saturday morning was awesome last week, and it's going to be great for the coming weeks. So it's definitely something that I really encourage people to get involved in. I did the workout myself after a little run before and really, really enjoyed it. You could say that those two movements are probably more favorable for me. Absolutely, yes, but still, I had to go for 15 minutes hard out, and in the atmosphere that we've got down there, it was something that was an absolute pleasure to do. So if you are looking for somewhere to do the Open, or if you're not in the Open yet, but you want to come and get involved on the second week. It's all good fun and a really good atmosphere to get down there. This week, we're not putting the Open, actually all through the Open, we will not be putting the workout in the classes. So classes are going to remain as normal for the whole week. But things that you should potentially be looking at, if you're looking to dial in on your gymnastics skills, obviously don't forget the Monday morning and now Monday afternoon gymnastics class. So 6:30 in the morning and 5:30 in the afternoon to help you get ready. There might be some gymnastics movements. I'm pretty sure that they will come up. Pull-ups, toes to bar, maybe even some muscle-ups. It won't all be as straightforward as 19.1 was. At the same time, there's still the weightlifting class rolling on a Wednesday morning, 6:30 as well. So that might be an option to tune up for the Open. We might see weightlifting come next week. We might not see it come at all. We've had some Opens where there has been no barbells before, but it could be an opportunity for you. Strongman as well. Don't forget the Strongman classes will run as normal throughout the Open, so you can get involved in those on a Tuesday evening, 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. My advice, if you did the workout yesterday on Saturday, you've probably got quite a few wall balls in your legs. Sunday might be a good day to have a rest day. And I would also, if you are doing the Open, take a rest day on Friday before you get involved in the Open on a Saturday morning so that you're coming into it a little bit fresh. I think that's something that people ask a lot, like how should I train through the Open? That's exactly what I'd be looking at. Hopping over to the endurance side of the world, InnerFight Endurance has been out in full force. At the time of recording, the 70.3, the half Ironman in Colombo hadn't taken place yet, so I don't have any comments on that. That takes place on Sunday in Colombo. Awesome to see half a dozen guys down there with flanners getting it done, racing over there. It's a great race, 70.3, same distance as we had in Dubai a few weeks ago. And if you are interested in that, hop on and see. There's also a race the following weekend, next weekend in Oman, 70.3 down there in Oman, which if you're down there, go and see our friends from Secret Training. They've got a big stand down there. Lots of good stuff to get involved in, so go and see those guys. On a local level here in Dubai, there was also the JLL Triathlon at the weekend. A few guys out racing there. Some of them, Amjad Al-Hajj got involved in his first triathlon, so awesome to see some people coming into the sport of triathlon. He did Biking Man Corsica last year, a brutal race, 750 Ks through Corsica for his first race, and then said maybe triathlon and got involved in a triathlon this year. So super nice to see. The ultra runners were out in full force on the weekend. There was about a dozen of them out at Al Qudra, 7 a.m. Friday morning for 4 hours through the dunes. And that will happen also this weekend. So if you're looking around for something to do on Friday morning, you're at a little bit of a loose end. You don't have to run 4 hours with those guys. It's not all super intense, but it would be nice if you got out there and did a little run with them. They start around 7 o'clock. If you want to know more about that, drop us an email, winning@InnerFight. And we will, InnerFight.com, obviously, we will let you know more about that. But there is an opportunity to run with those guys. It's a little bit of a different environment. There's some trails out there. There is some nice lakes to go and have a look. And the guys hop, what I'd say is a little bit off-piste from time to time. They go and have a look at some sand dunes, which they could do with a gated shoe, but it's not absolutely essential. Looking to the class program this week, I won't spoil it too much, but on Tuesday, there is a really cool team workout. You'd want to get involved in that unless you're going to the class in the evening. And also on Thursday this week is an awesome workout, 12-minute AMRAPs, a few 12-minute AMRAPs there. What have I seen and heard this week? I've had some good feedback on this section, podcasts that I've listened to and books that I've been into. This week, I have made some pretty good headway in a book that I'm reading at the moment from Mike Tyson that Matt Jones actually gave me. It's an incredible story, and it probably, although I'm not sure of how Tyson justifies a lot of his behavior, it's something that it gives a little bit of sort of context to perhaps why he behaves in the way that he behaves. Let's put it that way. A great read there if you haven't read it. A lot more people coming and talking to me about that book by David Goggins. David Goggins, Can't Hurt Me. If you haven't read Can't Hurt Me yet, I strongly suggest it. And then a good show that actually Tom Walker put me onto, and I've listened to a few episodes of a podcast, is called Finding Mastery. And that's something that I really enjoyed. I've really enjoyed the people that have been on there. If you're looking for a little bit of additional motivation and inspiration, I think that's definitely a show worth looking at. Other shows that I've come across this week, a new show actually by a friend of mine. I just love the title of it. It's by a guy called Cassidy Phillips, and it's called Blissful Ignorance, the Art of Being an Entrepreneur. Cassidy was the founder of Triggerpoint Therapy Kits, and he sold a certain percentage of that company but has a stake in it still and has moved into more helping entrepreneurs because he's an entrepreneur himself. But he talks very openly and really doesn't care about too much, just sort of gets involved with it. I listened to his first show. I listened to the reason why he started the podcast, and that's quite cool as well. And then I listened to a show with him and Rock Thomas. What a name, Rock Thomas, which is, he had a massively viral YouTube video, so that's something that's worth checking out as well. And I'm looking forward to the next episode in that podcast, which is actually out now. It was released on Thursday. So a couple of resources there for you as well. What's coming up this week? This weekend, there's a big race up in Hatta, the Hatta Hills. I think that's a half marathon. As I said there's also the 70.3 down in Oman this coming weekend. The Ultra guys will be out running on the trails. If you want to get involved in them, as I said, winning@innerfight.com. Let me know. If not, if you're just staying cool with the Open, please do that. Please do stay cool. Enjoy it. It's an awesome time of the year. We will be back at the gym 19.2 Saturday morning from 10 a.m. If you're not involved in it as far as taking part, but are a little bit of a loose end on a Saturday morning, or looking for some inspiration, or just to look at people absolutely smash themselves in a workout, it's definitely worth getting down. The atmosphere is awesome. It's a really, really good time, and we normally get through the workouts in an hour or two, so pop down, say hi, and cheer everyone on. It'll be massively appreciated. If you're doing the Open, or you're doing something awesome somewhere else in the world and you listen to the show, I just want to acknowledge and appreciate you. Drop us an email. Let us know what you're doing somewhere else in the world. Send us some pictures. Tag us in something. We want to give you a shout out on the podcast as well. That's it for this week, for the weekly update. I wish you all a very good week, and I'll catch you next week.